throwing off the vibe. Man, I don't die time. It's all about the vibe. Oh, that I got time. I ain't got the goose, stack with me. Don't come through, the bag in the G. You ain't with the vibe.
The sun is set in Chicago. The temps have dipped and will continue to do so. Jacket and blanket weather. It's that time of year at Soldier Field. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Chicago Bears. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Velus Jones now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here we go. Chips clear.
Now Fields going to throw on the first play. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively, and it's second down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Back to the air, Fields on second down. He gets this to Davante Adams. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 39 yards there, a big one.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Brings up second and 12 at the 46-yard line.
Back to throw, Fields. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 34-yard line. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
A handoff running left is Mostert. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up. Second and 10.
At the 34-yard line.
Fields now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Perez. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now 2 yards to go on third down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun. Connor dancing to his left. And he will slide to a hole at the end of that one. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
On first and 10, it's Mostert. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Davante Adams with career touchdown number 109. That ties him with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list. And the Bears will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10
at their own 19-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. You look at this Bears defense.
Against the pass, they've had some issues, ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
2nd down and 8.
Throwing now is Geno.
He'll find Metcalf.
And he stopped right. After a gain of 5. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. The Seahawks are calling on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0, and the Bears take over.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
And they'll use him out of the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it? No, he didn't.
Play action. It's Fields.
Over the middle, complete. It's Stokes. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
The Bears at 9-3 here on the year. But Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Go.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Being chased out left. 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago! Justin Fields, 46 yards. And the Bears go up by 2 touchdowns.
They actually want the quarterback to keep the ball on an RPO. You don't want to hand it off inside them to running back Gasher. You don't want him to throw it downfield to someone open. If he keeps it, there should be a group of people around him to keep him trapped. Instead, he finds a way to get out of there and finds his way going over the goal line and scoring a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Smith. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Out of the gun, Smith. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this throw will be intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Fields throw complete there to Moore.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Press. Left, right. Go.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
His throw incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Here we go.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Again, Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Touchdown Bears! Devontae Adams with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Bears have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down.
Middle. Pause.
Geno now to throw. That is caught, and they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
Back to the air, Smith on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 35. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
53.
Now Geno. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. This is caught.
And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Here's Walker.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. Touchdown! DK Metcalf in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Fields. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Lewis Cine. And the Bears are going to have it here at their own 15. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 15. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And it's complete to Adams. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 25 yards that time.
To throw is Fields.
He hits Adams complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On play action, Fields.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Walker.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Seattle.
Now Smith. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
13 there. Hey, along the road.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
49.
Here's Smith. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 38-yard line.
First down, Seahawks.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
And that is incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good, and that will close the gap down to 14.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here we go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Hey, Cam. Up. Yep. Go.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Up the middle they go with Mostert. Well, the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Now a 2nd and 2. Play action. It's Fields.
To the right side, and he's got more complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 28. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Off play action, Fields. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. And they'll get this down to the 10. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
On first down, it's Fields. Touchdown, Bears! DJ Moore with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns in 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring... And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
They'll get this out wide to Metcalf. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down.
And the Seahawks first down.
A gear for Walker running right. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. Now they contend with a second and 12 after the loss. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
This is really impressive because when the offenses are running RPOs, things move very quickly. Fake, ball's out of his hands, and they're trying to hit him in the gaps downfield. And instead, the defender reacts so well that he makes a play on it, and the ball falls incomplete.
The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Seattle.
Play action. It's Smith. And this one is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Second and 10. Smith again. Looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
13X.
Smith throwing again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
And this is a situation where, as a head coach, you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf. He has career touchdown number 78, tying it with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Seahawks have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead will be cut down to 14. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. They've got his man complete. A huge play there for Chicago. 45 yards.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
Here's a handoff to Mostert running left. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw up there on that play. I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're...
And he takes this one in for the Bears touchdown.
Justin Fields.
A 16-yard touchdown run.
And the Bears look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him. That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Now Fields.
And that's complete to Adams. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Davante Adams with his third touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Bears are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this fourth quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here we go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Smith. That is caught. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
And the Seahawks first down.
Throwing now is Geno. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Seattle. 58 yards.
Well, he already had a big receiving game working, and it's going to get a lot better here. Defensively, they're fortunate this is not a touchdown, but he's just been absolutely unstoppable, and he comes up with yet another gigantic play.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Smith. And his throw is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Back to throw, Smith. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And the Bears are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat.
He'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting